you want to tell me a little bit about what's wrong? Yeah. Are you surprised to see me? Yeah, well, when you texted, I told my boss and she let me go early, so. No problem. That's what personal time is for. So you're really not feeling so well at all. Okay. Well, is there anything that I can do right now for you? You'd like some tea? Okay. Have you eaten anything today? I know that sometimes anxiety, headaches, and general shittiness kind of all go together, so I figured you didn't eat anything. Alright, well, why don't I go get some snacks and make us some tea, and then I'll come back and I'll tell you a story, and then I think I can help you get to sleep. How's that sound? Okay, well, I will go get the tea and be right back. Don't want the whistler in there. So we have our treats. Let's see, we have some clementines, a banana that is right at perfect ripeness. I grabbed you a yogurt. I didn't know how hungry you were. I'll eat this if you don't want it. Then I brought you some plain old black tea, some honey from New Jersey, and a spoon. So what do you want to have first? None of it? Well, you have to choose. Okay, let's do the clementines first. Okay, I'm going to move some of this stuff so I can peel these for you. I'm also going to move myself so I can lay down because I'm lazy. Okay, so I thought that it might be helpful to you to hear a story. And this is a true story of something that I've done before. It was 2007, and I was going to a new school. Before the school year started, they wanted all of the students in my program to go on a team building trip. So I went. Team building trip was sea kayaking in Prince William Sound in Alaska. And I had never really even seen an ocean before. And I had never gone kayaking in anything that wasn't a lake. But I like leadership, and so I volunteered to be a student leader of this trip. And so we go out to Prince William Sound after learning some things about exits and some things about water safety, what to expect, etc. And we're out there, and the whole time it rained. The whole time. And every time it looked like it was going to clear up, it started raining again. This was August, bear in mind. Everyone was miserable, except for me, of course, because I like the rain. But after a while, it did get a little tedious. All of our food got wet. All of our clothes were wet. The tents would get little pools of water, and they would collapse, dumping water all over you while you're sleeping. And it was so foggy you couldn't even see the surroundings. We were there to paddle around some glaciers, and I don't really even think we saw many of the glaciers. Anyway, the point was, we were supposed to be out on the water every day, paddling to new locations and taking field specimens, things like that, team building. And we couldn't go out into the water because the visibility was just so poor. And so one day, we're all sitting around the food tent, got our fire going. Some people are making a hot beverage out of Tang, which is surprisingly okay for a hot beverage. And this other group of kayakers come to our little islet. and they say, can we camp here? And it's a peninsula, so there's a whole other side to camp on. And so we said, it's a peninsula, you can go on the other side. And they said, well, we really want to be off the point. And we said, okay, well, we're not on the point, so make yourself at home. So they decided to pull all their boats on shore and leave them right next to our camp, like right next to our tents. So we're all freezing cold. It's like 45 and rainy, and we are watching them practice wet exits out in the freezing ocean. Everyone is miserable in their group, complaining. And we're all just kind of laughing. So, later on that night, everyone's going to bed. We had caught some salmon in a stream right nearby. It was like a glacial runoff, and salmon were running it. So we actually were able to just catch them with our hands, which was really fun. And so it's after sunset, and we're all in our tents, and we can hear some like complaining and some anger coming from the other camp, but no one thinks too much about it. And we sleep the night away. The next morning, we go out to the food tent, and the leader of their camp comes and says, "What were you guys doing last night?" And we said, "Nothing. We were playing cards in our tent." And he said, "Well, someone shit all over our boats." And we all looked at each other like, "What? Someone shit on your boats?" He said, "Yeah, someone shit on our boats." We all just kind of laughed like, "Really? Like real?" Yes, real shit. And so me and the adult leader go over to the boats, where lo and behold there are tons of dookies all over their boats. And I was 18 at the time. I would just like was dying laughing. And the guy said, "Well, do you think that it's bear?" And we're like, "No, it's clearly human." So anyway, someone shit on their boats, and so I come back to the camp and I'm like, "Listen guys, we need to have a meeting. What's the deal here? Did somebody shit on the boats?" And I was like, "No." No, none of us shit on the boats, so it must have been them. And it was definitely human, so just thought it was hilarious. The rest of that trip was just as eventful. One of the team members got boat rescued. We had to call for a rescue for him because he wouldn't stop crying. He ran out of cigarettes and needed more really, really bad. And none of us smoked, so he couldn't bum them from us. And so he got medevaced for that reason, which I thought was just hilarious. He had to pay for it. I mean, it's expensive to get rescued by a boat out there. We did see a lot of bears while we were there, and some rather up close. Kind of scary, but pretty cool. Are you sure you don't want any of this? Okay, well, you have to eat something. What about the tea? That's pretty good. It's a little bitter. Okay, I'll give you half. So you want to know what else happened on that trip? Well, we almost got ran over by a cruise ship. They don't stop for kayakers. Not at all. What else? We did get one day. Oops, sorry. That was nice enough to go out. And so, actually, we had 2 days. One day we did go and explore a glacier, which was really cool. And it was, one of them was calving, so we couldn't go too close because you don't want 10 stories of ice to come crashing down on you and your boat. That would be bad. And then we did move camps, and we moved to this place called Squirrel Point. And while we were there, the water was so rough that we couldn't take our kayaks out again. We had kind of gotten stuck in this place. We had gotten stuck. And then everyone was really frustrated. And one day we left the food bag open. A bunch of ravens came in and they packed all of our food. Like they didn't eat it, they just packed it all. And so everyone was like, how'd you make those pancakes? Did you use the pecked butter? And I was like, it's the only butter we have. And then they'd be like, well, I'm not eating this pecked butter. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to eat the pancakes. And you can just eat nothing. I mean, what if they were like bacon pancakes? Come on. They weren't going to do it. I guess. Anyway. I'm glad at least that you're eating. That's great. Yeah, that's my stomach. I've been hungry all day. It was a fun trip. That was where I met my best friend. And even though we don't live in the same part of the country anymore, we still are really close. Yeah, she's probably the smartest person I know. Well, okay. If we're just about done with the food, I'm gonna clean up a little bit, and then I'll be back to put you to sleep. I'm thinking the best way for you to fall asleep tonight, or actually this morning, is for me to count you down from 100. How does that sound? Okay. Well, let me clean up and I'll be right back.